Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is Maria Gaian and this channel is Wild Fox Alchemy, where I show heart-centered women, light workers, soul-centered women how to build a magical business that lights them up and lights the world up at the same time. This is a business and finance reading. I don't really do romance and relationships, although sometimes it comes up because, let's face it, life and business are intertwined and you can't really have one without the other. So if you want to just close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, think about your intentions for your business this month of June. What would you like to happen? What direction do you need? What clarity do you need? What questions do you have? Just take a moment and have a little think. Just have a little think about what it is that you need Spirit to answer for you today. Whoa, we've got some pretty energetic cards. They're flying out. So this is my Celtic cross. It's a little spread that I came up with. Well, I say a little spread. It's a big spread. My table is not big enough. One day I dream of having a bigger table that I can do more with. But for now, this is what we've got. I could take some of my stuff off it, but I won't. Right. We've got 9, 10, and then we want one more. If I need to clarify any cards, I will pull from the Wildwood Tarot, and we'll see where that takes us. So down here, this corner, we've got you. We've got you, Taurus. And your awakening. Wow. This card is all about renewal and enlightenment. It's the Judgment card, ordinarily. The truth is coming out, but I don't feel like it's the truth coming out about something negative, something that you need to know. I feel like it's your inner truth that is coming out at the moment. Over here we have the present. What's going on in the present with you? And we've got the 9 of feathers there. So we're nearing completion of something. Perspective and self-empowerment. We've got the feathers, which are the swords. It's an intellectual, thoughtful card. Something going on inside of you still. What's going on? We've got your challenges and possible obstacles, which is the 3 of feathers, which is the moth. It's about release and recovery. You're starting to create some sort of recovery for yourself, but it may not be feeling very easy at the moment. This card represents the root of your problem, and it's the 3 of shells, playfulness and bliss. Now you would think, why is playfulness and bliss the root of my problem? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. This card represents what needs healing. My work as an intuitive business coach often involves helping women to banish the blocks to their business success, and these kinds of blocks are things like lack of confidence, fears, so fear of public speaking or visibility on social media, or I don't know, fear of failure, fear of success even, things like self-sabotage, procrastination. And this card is usually giving me a hint as to why you do those things, what has happened in your distant past, in your childhood, that has created these thoughts, feelings and beliefs, and they're going to need some healing. Okay, then we look at this card, which is about your recent past, in the last sort of 3 to 6 months, what's been going on there. And we've got the 8 of crystals, so you've been mastering and manifesting some progress. It talks about dedication, the keywords on this card. You're getting close to something. And it's physical material things, so you are getting very close to whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. Up here we've got your actual conscious focus. This is what's going on in your subconscious mind down here. Just checking you can see that. So I stood up. If the camera wobbles, forgive me. And this is what's going on in your conscious mind. This is what you're actually thinking about. And there is some conflict and tension going on there, isn't there? There's an armadillo here with his protective armour on. It's talking about strategy and resilience. This card is your near future. 9 of crystals, you're nearing completion. The key words here are security and abundance. So that's sounding pretty nice, isn't it, Taurus? I won't mind this reading for myself. Then we've got here your external environment. And we've got transformation. We've got the cicada there, transition and liberation. This card represents hopes and fears. You've got the magician. Let's see. And then at the end we've got your projected outcome, which is the 7 of crystals, which is about achievement and alignment. And crystals, again, it's physical, material things. So you're going to do quite well for yourself this month, Taurus. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. So let's look at this awakening. This is the protagonist card, the protagonist energy. This is all these cards somehow relate to this. They'll come back to this. This is about you rising from the ashes, if you like. Although this is a peacock, I'm getting kind of phoenix energy. About you shedding things that, you know, no longer serve you, shedding past things. It's a time for you to have a new beginning, and I feel like you've orchestrated this. This is what you've wanted for a long time. And I feel like I said before, I feel like it's the truth coming out. Your inner truth. You are now being who you really are. You're shedding a lot of the past crap and nonsense so that you can actually move forward into being in full alignment with who you want to be. So we'll look at this present situation. I'm just going to move that little moth over there for a minute. And you've got the 9 of feathers. And I talked about it being nearing completion. It's about self-empowerment and about perspective. That's the key words for this particular card. Now the feathers are the swords. This is about intellect and thought. And we've got a porcupine here who's quite a spiny person. This is about self-protection. Is that what you've been doing? Have you been fearful? I feel like this is about overcoming fears that you've got, where it relates to perhaps what needs healing. You need to protect yourself from your own nasty, well, not nasty thoughts, but that inner bitch that's always telling you that you can't do anything, that, you know, you're not good enough, it's not right, nothing's ever good enough, you know, you're not thin enough, rich enough, blonde enough, funny enough, clever enough to run the kind of business that you want to run. There's a lot of doubt going on, and I feel like you need to just step back. Just step back. There's a lot of anxiety, isn't there? There's a lot of anxiety going on, but I feel like, you know, that your inner voice is being a bit of a pain in the butt at the moment, but I feel like you need to make a conscious choice to shut that inner voice up and turn it into something more positive, to be your own cheerleader. I'm about to release a recording actually about being your own cheerleader. It'll be in my Wild Fox online business retreat. I'll put a link to that underneath, because if your inner voice is telling you that you're not good enough and you're worrying and you're getting anxious, it could just be exactly what you need. So we've got this moth now, which is your obstacle, your challenge. I don't really think in Taurus that this is sort of a negative card. I know it's crossing the 9 of feathers there, and that's how this Celtic cross works, but it's not necessarily a negative thing. This is about you perhaps not letting your feelings go. Perhaps you're repressing a few feelings and you need to let them go. You need to release stuff. I feel like you've been really sad. There's definitely some sadness going on, some negative stuff. And I feel like it's time now that you need to let it go. Spirit is saying it's time to let it go. The time for being sad is over. There's no need for you to be sad anymore. This anxiety, you need to deal with it. Whatever's made you sad, you need to deal with it and release this anxiety as well. Right, okay. Which brings us to the root of your problem, the subconscious mind. And we're back to this Three of Shells, which looks like a really cheerful card. This is what's going on with you, sort of in your subconscious mind at the moment. Are you feeling guilty? Are you feeling guilty for being happy? Is that what it is? There's abundance here, but there's something going on subconsciously for you. I feel like you definitely need to be more playful, and I wonder if you're conflicted about that, about, you know, you need to do this, but your anxiety and your worries are not allowing you to. You need to let go of this sadness and enter into this bliss. But I almost feel this feeling that you feel guilty for being happy. When you do have your moments of happiness and joy, that you feel like you shouldn't. But Spirit is telling me now that, you know, life moves on. I've got a message for somebody now that's just come through that is about you losing somebody. And by that I mean they've passed on into another life. And the overwhelming feeling that I'm getting is that they want you to be happy. They don't want you to be anxious. They don't want you to be sad. They don't want you to be worried. They are safe and happy. They're fine as they are. They're around you still. They've not gone. They've not left. But they aren't looking at you and judging you for being happy. They want you to remember to be playful. They want you to remember the good times and to move forward. So don't feel guilty or anxious or upset. Yeah, don't feel conflicted. You're subconsciously feeling conflicted and upset about this situation. Please don't. Please don't. This distant past that needs healing. We've got the Two of Acorns. And acorns are your passion, your energy and your drive. I feel sadness again from this card. I feel like you know what you want. You know that you're going to make the choices to create balance. You know that you want to manifest your ideas. You know you've got the power. But actually, there's something that holds you back. Something in the past holds you back. And I believe it's an inner voice that is constantly telling you that you can't do what it is you want to do. I'm going to clarify that card in a minute, but for now let's get on with your recent past. This is kind of what's been going on the last 3 to 6 months or so, and we've got the Eight of Crystals here, which is Buffalo, and this is about dedication and progress. This is you dedicating yourself to reaching whatever it is that you are aiming for. You've progressed quite well. You've adapted really well to a lot of things. The word craftsmanship is coming up. You've been developing your craft. And it's doing quite nicely, thank you. And in fact, you've moved straight over from the Eight of Crystals to the Nine of Crystals. This is physical and material things, I might add. And you're nearing completion of a cycle here with this Nine of Crystals. This is about security and abundance. In your near future now, because you've learned your craft and because you've worked on it, there are rewards coming. You've got great abundance. You've got lots of stuff going on here that is going to work well for you. It's about self-sufficiency and possessions. I feel like there's a reward coming in for you for all this stuff that you've been doing in working on your craft, which is excellent news. You absolutely deserve this, Taurus, because I feel like you've put so much work into this. Anyway, because we went from there to there, we missed out what your conscious focus is, which is the 5 of feathers. Now the 5 is this conflict and tension that's going on. What's that all about, Taurus? We've got the armadillo. This is about protection, it's about resilience. It's about perhaps being open to opinions. Let's see. It's about overcoming challenges. So you've really been focusing on overcoming some challenges. You've been really sort of trying to agree to disagree with something. And protect yourself. What I'm being told is you might need to have a change of approach. Just a little bit of a change of approach. But yes, you've been working on your craft. You're facing some challenges, but you are facing them with resilience. You've protected yourself against them, so much so that in your near future, here we are, we're going to get this abundance coming in. And that's really, really good. Then we come back down to a transformation. And this is the cicada. This is about your external environment. And this is about sweeping away lots of stuff from the past and actually moving forward now. This is such a great reading. There's a lot of change. You're creating a new healthy you. Lots of new stuff. You're clearing out all these obstacles that have been thrown at you, which is this that you've been focusing on. You're now getting rid of them all. They are going. So then we come to the magician, who is your hopes and fears. You're bringing magic to a situation now. This is about your willpower. It's about you creating things. It's about you taking action and manifesting everything you want. But there's just that little fear. You've got this little fear going on about what's gone on here. This anxiety, is it going to get in the way of you getting what you want? That's the overarching feeling that I'm getting, that you're worried about whether this is going to get in the way of what you want. But if you work with the energies that I'm giving you in this reading, your outcome, 7 of crystals, the aardvark. This is about overcoming stumbling blocks. You can get your goals. You can sniff out what's best for you. You can root around to find solutions. You can be patient. What you need to be doing is looking at what you're manifesting. Look forward. Don't look backwards. I'm going to clarify this 2 of acorns because I'm interested to know what it is that is holding you back. What this distant thing is that needs healing. Because it's created this anxiety, this worry that you've got. And yet, the rest of the reading is so positive that, if you're focusing on a strategy to make things work, that you're going to get what you want. You need to be true to who you are. Let more of yourself out. Don't be too... I just got a message as I was shuffling there about this being a moth. And the message is, don't be too attracted to the dark. Be attracted to the light. Seek out the light. Seek out the light. Seek out opportunities for this playfulness. Don't feel guilty about it, but just go ahead and seek out opportunities to play, to relax a little bit, because it will give you more ideas. It's amazing how many ideas will come out when you take some time away. Two of Acorns. I want to clarify that because I want to see what it is that is going on here. What is going on for you? The Three of Bows. Something that you started to create. Now bows, I love this deck. It's so beautiful. The bows are actually fire. They're like wands. Fulfillment. Now, I brought that out in reverse, but there are no reversals in this deck. I'm not sure that this card actually really clarifies this Two of Acorns, honestly. What I feel, and I'll read a little bit of this to you because it says, nourishment from a spiritual source gives inner security and joy. Goals and desires are reached, making life rich with emotional scrutiny and a sense of completion. The archer must be at one with the bow to fully direct its potential energy, and just as the arrow passes through the bow, propelling it to its target with effortless grace, the questing heart and seeker of knowledge allows the energy to flow through him. This combination of balanced energy and intellectual focus enables the mastering of any situation and allows the enrichment of success by both being at one with the environment and its inhabitants. Reaching this inner stronghold of strength and peace can only be achieved by constant reappraisal, vigilance and commitment to your goals, but the act of letting the power flow through you and having the trust to allow your arrows to fly completes an unseen universal circuit. The inner stillness and focus thus produced is easily apparent and observable to others, and builds a sense of trust, confidence and security in those for whom you are responsible. This inner shining energy will inspire others to start out on their own path of discovery and sojourn to fulfillment. I'd like to know what Spirit actually means by this. Have you not felt so fulfilled in the past? Has something stopped you? I'm not sure what it is. I don't feel like this is extensive childhood trauma that's holding you back, that's making you sad. I feel like the sadness is more in the present than has come from the past. Are you fearing that you've lost something that you can't get back again? Is this to do with feeling like you can't ever feel fulfilled anymore because something's happened that is making you sad now? Is that what it is? I'm going to go again because I feel like there's an answer to this and I'm not getting it. Spirit, can you please enlighten us? Can you please tell us what it is that we need to know? The Nine of Stones. Stones is earth. It's material goods. Tradition. The Nine, it's nearing completion. The Nine of Stones. Okay. I'm just really getting the feeling that this isn't the distant past, and a lot of people need healing. I don't think this is about healing. This is about past wisdom and sacrifice, relating to ancient knowledge and passing on lessons of ancestral memory and ritual. Are you sad? You're sad because there's somebody that can't see what is going on, that can't see the success that you're making of yourself, or that isn't going to benefit of the success that you're making of yourself. You've lost them. I feel like for some of you this is somebody who's passed away, and for some of you I feel like it's somebody that you've let go of or has let go of you, and now you are achieving things. Yeah, I don't feel like this is related to any sort of serious past trauma. I'm just going to move that because my candle is burning down and I don't want to burn my house down. I feel like this is somebody that you've let go of or who let go of you, and you desperately wish that they could see what it is that you're achieving, and it's left you feeling really quite sad. You weren't... There's somebody out there who lost a parent, not to death, they are estranged from a parent and they spend a lot of time now feeling sad. You've started to make massive achievements, but you feel sad. You want to share it with them. You want to be able to share this achievement that you've had with them, but you can't, because they're not there. And that's causing you some sadness. It's causing you to feel upset. For some of you, I'm also being told that this anxiety stems from people that are estranged from you and your fear of being found by them and being thought to be a bit of a weirdo. And I say that with love, because I mean, I'm a bit of a weirdo. I have estranged family members, and I'm quite sure they would think I'm very strange doing this job. Yeah. But I want to tell you, don't get hung up on this. Keep moving forward, because with the progress that you're making is amazing, and you have to do it for you. You have to let go, clean out all the stuff, let go of it, because you're doing so well. And all this, although it makes you sad, and you know, doesn't matter. For those of you who are upset because there's a relative that you wish could have seen you do this and they're not around, they're still around you. They're always around you. Love never dies. The soul never dies. They can see, they know what you're doing, and they're proud of you. For people who are estranged from somebody still living, then, you know, let it go. Just let it go. Do it for you, do it for yourself, do it for the people that are close to you now, your current family, your current friends. Don't worry about past people that may or may not know what you're doing. So I'm going to leave it there now. It's a really positive reading. If you work with the energies in this reading, this transformation's going to come. You're going to be wildly abundant. There's massive success coming in. You know, you're doing an amazing job, Taurus. It's brilliant. So don't let this sadness and anxiety hold you back, because there's no need. You're amazing just as you are. So, if this resonated with you, please like and subscribe and share with any fellow Taurians out there. I'm going to leave it there. With love and magic always, have a great month, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye for now.